Hello, this is A&T does A&P, and today we're going to look at some of the basic anatomy of the heart. To emphasise how impressive this fist-sized organ is, it can pump around 2,000 gallons of blood each day. It's located within the centre of the chest and slightly tilted to the left within a cavity known as the mediastinum, which is located between each lung and superior to the diaphragm. There's a fibrous membrane that surrounds the heart, known as the pericardium, which holds it in place and helps to prevent the heart wall from overstretching. The outer layer of the heart wall, the serous pericardium, is a continuous double membrane. The outer layer is the parietal layer and the inner layer is the visceral or the epicardium. The small cavity within these membranes is known as the pericardial space, in which the two membranes secrete a lubricating fluid known as the serous fluid. This apparatus allows the heart to move within the cavity without disrupting other organs. The next layer is the force of the pump, the thick muscular myocardium, which is one of three classifications of muscle in the human body. And finally, the innermost layer, the endocardium, which is the thinnest layer and lines the chambers and valves of the heart. An interesting fact about the endocardium is that it does not have a blood supply from the capillaries, but gets its oxygen and nutrients from the blood within its chambers. The heart consists of four chambers. The two superior and smaller chambers are called atria. They're separated by the interatrial septum. The two larger chambers are called ventricles and are separated by the interventricular septum. Between the right atrium and ventricle is the tricuspid valve, which opens and closes due to pressure changes and ensures the blood flows in one direction. The valve between the left ventricle and atria is the mitral valve. To prevent these valves from prolapsing due to the immense pressure within the heart, there are little string-like projections called chordae tendineae attached to the valve and anchored to the heart wall by the papillary muscles. This muscle contracts when the rest of the myocardium contracts, which pulls the chordae tendineae taut to keep the valve closed. Blood enters the right atrium from the superior and inferior vena cava. At this point, the tricuspid valve is open and blood freely drains into the ventricle. Atrial contraction then completes to this ventricular filling. The right ventricle contracts, closing the tricuspid valve, and leaves the ventricle through one of the heart's semilunar valves known as the pulmonary valve. This then enters the pulmonary trunk that bifurcates into the right and left pulmonary artery and then enters pulmonary circulation. The now oxygenated blood flows back into the left atrium via four pulmonary veins. Once left ventricular filling is complete, it contracts, pumping blood through the aortic valve and into the largest artery, known as the aorta, which circulates the oxygenated blood throughout the body.